I was told that Jim McGuinness was down in Limerick.
I'm looking for a good number 2.
Jim McGuinness isn't coming down to talk to him about forward play.
From Off the Ball and OTB AM, this is Mayo for Jim, an attempt to untangle the web of intrigue that involves one of Ireland's most fascinating coaches and one of the country's most cursed teams. For the last year, I've spent every working day trying to figure out where Jim McGuinness has been, while Mayo have been trying to win the All-Ireland. You see, Jim McGuinness and Mayo's relationship started off as your typical inter-county manager relationship with Mayo, whereby Mayo caused him all sorts of problems in the big games that weren't All-Ireland finals. For McGuinness, he came, he saw, he conquered, but after landing a knockout blow on the Dubs in 2014, his team were beaten in an All-Ireland final, and then nothing. He packed up and left his Gaelic football coaching behind before immersing himself in soccer. Celtic is where he was plying his trade as a coach, and we thought we'd never see his name mentioned in a GAA context again. That was until September 2016. Stephen Rochford is in an All-Ireland final for the first time. His Mayo men are looking to stop Dublin's bid for back-to-back All-Irelands. They are also, it seems, looking to go above and beyond to find that crucial edge. On the Friday night of All-Ireland weekend, Martin Carney is on the last word with Matt Cooper, and he drops this bombshell.
They might even have a double sweeper. It's interesting, in their last weekend in Limerick, they had Jim McGuinness down, maybe speaking to them, etc., etc. Now, Jim McGuinness isn't coming down to talk to them about forward play.
Jim McGuinness in Mayo. The excitement goes into overdrive that night, and the next day on Off the Ball, they have a maniacal Mayo fan on air, rejoicing in the news that Sam is surely now destined to go west.
Mayo have been building a defensive structure which puts bodies behind the ball.
Yeah, and they've got the master in, if rumours are to be believed.
Tell us about this.
Word on the street is Jim McGuinness has been down with the Mayo side over the past couple of weeks, giving them a little bit of advice. Now, I saw John Fogarty from the Examiner saying that the Mayo camp have been denying this over the last while, but Martin Carney was on a rival broadcaster last night and said, yeah, Jim McGuinness was down there.
Let's fast forward to later in that very same show.
David Brady, Aaron Kernan and Eamon McGee are part of our studio panel this afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, George. It's all coming together nicely.
In just the spiritual sense as opposed to the tactical and team, or a bit of everything?
Bit of everything. As I was saying, Jim McGuinness wasn't down coaching the forwards in Limerick the week before last.
Now, it's funny that you've used that line, because apparently that's exactly what Martin Carney said on the radio last night.
Yeah.
Oh, you were there when he said it?
I was sitting beside him.
All right, okay. So you're just stealing it from him. I was wondering, is this the official line coming from Mayo? It's like, now listen, he wasn't down coaching the forwards.
No.
What was he doing?
He spent around three different sessions.
Over a couple of days?
Well, over the day and a half, yeah,
okay.
3 days. And basically, you know, honestly, I don't agree with it. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's right. That you bring in someone, now you always seek advice, but to bring in someone so close to a final, are you kind of saying to yourself, well, we need you?
There's no doubt about it. Mayo are after getting their hands on one of the great modern minds of Gaelic football, the man who knows how to stop these Dubs, the only man who has stopped these Dubs. The musician in the big tree who plays the green and red of Mayo on loop starts to tune his guitar. But then, boom goes the dynamite. Later in that very same panel, Eamon McGee is mid-flow when David Brady receives an explosive text.
If we got Mayo in this final, and Kerry threw that back in our face now, but we wanted Kerry.
Yeah.
Do you? It's like everything else. I was told that Jim McGuinness was down in Limerick. I know for a fact now he wasn't.
You've just had someone text you?
Yeah. That's put to bed there now, boys. And this guy wasn't telling lies.
So what is the benefit of trying to get the story out there?
I don't know.
That's Nathan's laughter in the background.
I can categorically say now, and this is not lies, Stephen Rochford has never spoken to Jim McGuinness in his life.
Maybe this is a bit like Kaiser Soze from Usual Suspects. They're trying to build up this legend now and put the fear into the
Never
dubs.
spoken to him in his life. Martin Carney said it last night.
Yeah. So Carney obviously believes he had a good source.
And so it turned out that what we thought was a simmering romance between McGuinness and Mayo was probably never happening in the first place. Mayo end up scoring 2 own goals in the All-Ireland final, and Dublin win a second consecutive All-Ireland after a replay. McGuinness flies to China because there is less chance of getting a desperate message off the Mayo County Board on Facebook over there. And then, nothing. That is until August 2018. With Stephen Rochford heading for the exit door, the Irish Sun report that McGuinness could be in the mix for the job. Later that month, on August 27th, Rochford eventually does resign as Mayo boss. He was off the ball that night.
What names are on people's lips then to replace Rochford, David?
Oh Jesus, Pope Francis. It's becoming an absolute. It's becoming a joke at this juncture. It's not a time for naming names. But I can tell you, Jim McGuinness is anywhere next Mayo associated with Mayo football.
How do you know that? Sorry.
How do I know that? Because Mayo's next appointment will be for someone that is there to develop and needs to be developing Mayo football. It's not because the name Jim McGuinness, but I think a guy coming into town, all guns blazing, is not what Mayo need.
So McGuinness's name is in the hat, James Horan's name is in the hat, and as it turned out, they were both booked for an off-the-ball roadshow 4 days later.
We couldn't have set this up, really, you two, could we?
Well, you did set it up.
We didn't. You were booked long before
You rang us to be here.
James, what can you bring to the position that Jim can't, would you say? Are you interested in potentially getting back into GA, or is it still football, soccer?
No, I'm not. No, not at the moment. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
No.
Once again, like the All-Ireland weekend of 2016, Jim McGuinness got Mayo hearts fluttering, but he didn't get involved. This time he fled to North Carolina to escape being anywhere near a GEA setup, and I guess for Mayo people, there was a comfort in that. Jim McGuinness had had his day in Gaelic games. If he was glancing flirtatiously at a county, well, at least it was Mayo. He wouldn't be coming back anytime soon. And even if he was eventually going to come back, surely it would be to his OTB roadshow buddy James Horan's backroom team, right? Right? Wrong. After helping Mayo's mortal enemy with an advanced hand-passing drill that no one had ever seen before, it was time to get closure once and for all this week. Did Jim McGuinness ever even come close to working with Mayo all those years ago in 2016? Andy Moran, step on up.
How aware were you about those rumours at the time? Did you hear anything about it? Because we'd DB in studio with us going, geez, that'd be great. And then getting a text live on the air going, I can categorically state they've never had a conversation in their lives. To this day, I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, no, we didn't. We never did. DB is, DB. So I remember that. We had a great old laugh about that. I know it was good fun.
So there was never any involvement with Mayo. That's it.
No,
we're getting the truth. No.
Not that I know of. Anyway, I've never met Jim off a playing pitch, really. Do you know?
So there you have it. Stephen Rochford has never spoken to Jim McGuinness in his life. Mayo have not won the All-Ireland since 1951. And it turns out that McGuinness's drills are shite anyway. And who cares? Dublin are more than likely going to win at least 12 in a row.